everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the wonderful world of coffee. Now I know what you're thinking, another coffee video? But trust me on this one, folks. We're going beyond your basic brew today. Get ready to uncover some seriously surprising secrets about our favorite morning pick-me-up. We're talking about the history, the science, the economics, and even a little bit of the weird stuff. So if you're even remotely as passionate about coffee as I am, you're in for a real treat. Before we get started, do yourself a favor and grab your favorite mug. Go on, I'll wait. Got it? Good. Now let's get brewing with some amazing coffee facts. Our story begins, as so many great stories do, with goats. Yes, you heard me right, goats. Legend has it that coffee was first discovered in Ethiopia by a goat herder named Kaldi. Picture this. It's a beautiful day in the Ethiopian highlands. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and Kaldi is just chilling, watching his goats graze. Everything seems perfectly normal until Kaldi notices something strange. His goats are acting a bit livelier than usual. They're practically dancing. Kaldi, being a curious fellow, decides to investigate. He soon discovers that his goats have been munching on the bright red berries of a particular tree. Now, Kaldi's not one to let a good time go to waste, so he decides to try these magical berries for himself. And let me tell you, the rest, as they say, is history. Kaldi, feeling energized and frankly quite perky, shares these berries with the local monks. The monks, initially skeptical, decide to brew a drink with the berries. They're hoping it might help them stay awake during those long hours of evening prayer. And wouldn't you know it, the world's first cup of coffee is born. Word of this magical, energizing beverage quickly spreads throughout the region, and eventually, the entire world. And to think, we have a bunch of groovy goats to thank for our daily caffeine fix. Who knew goats had such good taste? Let's face it, the world runs on coffee. It's the engine that keeps us going, the fuel for our productivity. But coffee isn't just a personal pick-me-up, it's a global powerhouse. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry that impacts the lives of millions of people around the world. From the farmers who cultivate the beans to the baristas who craft our lattes, coffee provides livelihoods and supports entire economies. Countries like Brazil, Vietnam, and Colombia rely heavily on coffee exports, making it a crucial part of their economic landscape. But the impact of coffee goes far beyond just dollars and cents. It's a catalyst for social interaction, a reason to gather with friends, and a source of comfort and inspiration for countless individuals. Think about it. How many business deals have been struck over a cup of coffee? How many first dates have blossomed in cozy coffee shops? Coffee has this incredible ability to bring people together, to spark conversations, and to foster a sense of community. So the next time you sip your coffee, take a moment to appreciate the journey it took to get to your cup. From the farms where it was grown to the hands that brewed it, coffee connects us all in a way that few other beverages can. It's a global phenomenon, a cultural touchstone, and a testament to the power of a simple bean. Now, I'm not saying that coffee is some kind of miracle elixir, but there's a growing body of research suggesting that our favorite caffeinated beverage might actually have some surprising health benefits. That's right, coffee lovers, we might be onto something here. Studies have shown that coffee drinkers may have a lower risk of developing certain types of cancer, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's disease. And before you ask, yes, decaf coffee counts too. So even if you're sensitive to caffeine, you can still reap the potential health benefits of coffee. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the catch? Well, as with everything in life, moderation is key. Experts recommend sticking to a moderate intake of coffee, which is generally considered to be around 3 to 4 cups per day for most adults. And of course, it's always a good idea to listen to your body. If you're experiencing any negative side effects from coffee, like anxiety, insomnia, or an upset stomach, then it's probably best to cut back or talk to your doctor. But for the most part, it seems like coffee can be a part of a healthy lifestyle. So go ahead, enjoy that extra cup of joe, guilt-free. Just remember to thank me when you're living to 100. Okay folks, buckle up because things are about to get a little weird. Have you ever heard of Kopi Luwak? It's the most expensive coffee in the world, and it's made from, wait for it, poop. Yes, you heard me right, poop. Specifically, the poop of the civet, a small cat-like creature that roams the coffee plantations of Southeast Asia. Now before you turn away in disgust, hear me out. The civets, you see, have a very discerning palate. They only eat the ripest, juiciest coffee cherries. Their digestive systems then work their magic, partially fermenting the coffee beans before they're, shall we say, deposited back into the world. These beans are then collected, cleaned, thoroughly I hope, roasted and brewed into what some consider to be the most exquisite cup of coffee on earth. Now I don't know about you, but the idea of drinking poop coffee doesn't exactly make my mouth water. But hey, to each their own, right? If you're feeling adventurous and have a spare $100 lying around, you could always give it a try. Just promise me you'll report back with all the details. Let's talk beans, baby. When it comes to coffee, not all beans are created equal. In fact, there are two main types of coffee beans that dominate the market: Arabica and Robusta, and they're as different as night and day. Arabica beans, the reigning champions of the coffee world, are known for their smooth, balanced flavor and higher acidity. They're the ones you'll find in most specialty coffee shops, and they're often described as having notes of chocolate, caramel, and nuts. Robusta beans, on the other hand, are the bold, intense rebels of the coffee world. They pack a serious caffeine punch and have a more bitter, earthy flavor profile. You'll often find Robusta beans in espresso blends, where their strong flavor and crema-creating abilities really shine. So which bean reigns supreme? Well, it really comes down to personal preference. If you prefer a smoother, more nuanced cup of coffee, then Arabica is your go-to. But if you like your coffee strong, bold, and with a kick, then Robusta is the bean for you. Of course, there's a whole world of other coffee beans out there, each with its own unique flavor profile. But Arabica and Robusta are the heavy hitters, the ones that most of us encounter on a daily basis. So next time you're at the coffee shop, take a moment to appreciate the humble bean and all its glorious variety. Imagine a world without espresso. No lattes, no cappuccinos, no macchiatos. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? Thankfully, we have Angelo Moriando to thank for saving us from such a bleak existence. Back in 1884, this ingenious Italian inventor patented the first espresso machine. His invention, a steam-driven contraption, paved the way for the modern espresso machines we know and love today. Moriando's invention was a game-changer, allowing for the quick and efficient brewing of concentrated coffee. It didn't take long for espresso to take the world by storm, becoming a staple in cafes and homes across the globe. Over the years, the espresso machine has undergone countless innovations and refinements. From manual lever machines to automatic super machines, there's an espresso machine out there for every coffee lover and every budget. But no matter how advanced these machines become, they all owe a debt of gratitude to Angelo Moriando, the godfather of espresso. So next time you're savoring a perfectly pulled shot of espresso, raise a glass or a tiny cup to Moriando and his revolutionary invention. Coffee isn't just a drink, it's a cultural experience. And just like any good story, coffee is told in different ways around the world. From the elaborate coffee ceremonies of Ethiopia to the quick coffee breaks of Italy, each culture has its own unique way of celebrating this beloved beverage. In Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee, the coffee ceremony is a sacred ritual, a time-honored tradition that brings people together. Green coffee beans are roasted and ground by hand, the aroma filling the air with anticipation. The coffee is then brewed in a traditional clay pot called a jabina and served in small, handleless cups. It's a beautiful and intimate ceremony that highlights the importance of coffee in Ethiopian culture. In Italy, coffee is all about speed and intensity. Italians are masters of the quick caffeine fix, downing their espressos in a matter of seconds while standing at the bar. It's a far cry from the leisurely coffee culture of other countries, but it's an integral part of the Italian way of life. From the strong and sweet café soda of Vietnam to the cardamom-infused coffee of the Middle East, the world of coffee is as diverse and fascinating as the cultures that embrace it. So next time you travel, be sure to explore the local coffee scene. You never know what hidden gems you might discover. Well, there you have it, folks. 7 coffee secrets that will hopefully surprise and delight you. Who knew that something as simple as a cup of coffee could hold so much history, science, and intrigue? If you enjoyed this caffeinated journey, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more fun and informative content. And be sure to let me know in the comments below what your favorite coffee fact is. I'm always up for learning something new. Until next time, stay caffeinated and curious, my friends. And remember, life is too short for bad coffee. Cheers!